Ever wondered why men pull away in relationships? Well, you're not alone. This is a question that has been keeping many of us up at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if we did something wrong or if there's a secret code we're not cracking. The truth is, it's a complex issue, with roots extending into a myriad of reasons, some of which are as complex as men themselves. Imagine you're navigating a maze, but instead of hedges, it's made of mixed signals and unspoken feelings. Yes, it's that confusing. We often find ourselves misinterpreting these signs, leading to even more confusion and, let's be honest, a fair share of unnecessary drama. But fret not, because today we're diving deep into the heart of the matter, exploring the labyrinth of men's minds to understand why they pull away. So buckle up, ladies, because it's going to be quite a journey. It's time to shed some light on this baffling behavior. First up on our list is the classic, fear of commitment. Now, don't get me wrong, not all men come with an inbuilt fear of commitment, but for those who do, it's a force powerful enough to make them pull away. This fear could be the offspring of a past heartbreak or a traumatic relationship, or it could simply be the desire to maintain their independence. Some men may view commitment as a loss of freedom or an end to their single life. They might be spooked by the idea of being accountable to someone else, sharing their personal space, or making compromises. Fear of commitment can be a complex puzzle, but it's important to remember that it's not about you. It's about their internal struggle, their battle with the idea of being tied down. So if you find yourself in such a situation, don't take it personally. Remember, it's not you, it's their fear of being tied down. Another reason that could be making him distant is overwhelming emotions. Now, we often think of men as the stoic, unshakable rocks, don't we? But let's break down that stereotype for a moment. Men, just like women, experience a whirlwind of emotions. However, they might not be as expressive about them, which can lead to feelings of being overwhelmed. Remember, society has placed a hefty burden on men's shoulders to always be emotionally strong, to keep a stiff upper lip, to never let their guard down. It's quite a tall order, isn't it? So, when a man is flooded with emotions, he might need a moment to retreat and regroup. It's not that he's pushing you away, but rather he's trying to process and understand his feelings. Keep in mind sometimes it's not about pushing away, but about processing feelings. So, next time he seems distant, give him a moment. He might just be working through his emotions. Ever heard of the term man cave? There's a reason it exists. Picture this: a man, our typical Joe, retreats to his metaphorical cave. It's not because he's lost interest in his partner or he's planning an escape route. No, ladies, it's quite the opposite. Joe is just looking for a little breather, a moment of solitude. You see, everyone, regardless of gender, needs a bit of me time. It's a chance for us to rejuvenate, to reflect, to recharge, and yes, to regain our sense of self. In a relationship, this need for personal space can sometimes be misunderstood as a lack of interest. But don't jump to conclusions just yet. Men, like our friend Joe, might pull away to create space. It's their way of maintaining balance, of ensuring they can bring the best of themselves to the relationship. Remember, it's not always about you. So when he pulls back, it might just be his way of recharging. Sometimes it's about them, not knowing where they stand in the relationship. It's like a dance, and they've forgotten the steps. They're standing in the middle of the floor, unsure which foot to put forward. It can be a bewildering time for them, filled with questions, doubts, and a whirlwind of emotions. Now imagine you're in a maze. You've been walking for a while, and suddenly, you're not sure which way to go. That's how they feel in the relationship sometimes. They're unsure of their feelings, their place, their role. They're at a crossroads, and they need time to figure things out. This is not a sign of weakness or a lack of love. It's a phase of self-reflection, a time to reassess and reevaluate. It's their way of making sure they're on the right path. Yes, it's confusing, but it's also a part of their decision-making process. Now that we know why men pull away, the question is, what should you do about it? Well, let's dive right into it. First and foremost, it's essential to remember the golden rule of relationships: understanding. That's right, I said it, understanding. You've seen how the fear of commitment, overwhelming emotions, the need for space, and uncertainty about the relationship can make a man retreat. So with that in mind, it's crucial to empathize with where they're coming from. Now I can hear you say, but how do I do that? Well, dear listener, it's all about communication. Not just any communication, but open, honest, and non-judgmental conversation. Don't be afraid to express your feelings, but also be prepared to listen, really listen to his. This isn't just about him pulling away, it's about why he's pulling away. Next up, we have patience. Yes, patience, that virtue we all wish we had more of, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. But remember, rushing someone to get over their fears or doubts is like telling the sun to set faster. It's just not going to happen. So give him the time he needs to sort through his feelings. And last but certainly not least, give him space. As much as we'd like to, we can't force someone to feel ready for commitment, to manage their emotions, or to be certain about a relationship. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is take a step back and let them figure things out for themselves. But remember, while it's important to understand and respect his feelings, don't forget about your own. You're not just a supporting character in this story, you're the co-star. So make sure your needs are being met too. Remember, every relationship has its ups and downs, and understanding each other is the key. So take a deep breath, have a little patience, and keep those lines of communication open. You've got this. And that, my friends, wraps up our discussion on why men pull away in relationships. Remember, fear of commitment, overwhelming emotions, need for space, uncertainty, and the right response can all play a part. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more educational videos. Until next time, keep understanding each other better.